Again, I'm still here on the project, building capacity around my mouth, but I got something to back it up. What do you think? Let's discuss it. This is Samson Toll, Liberian Public Radio. But I want to bring your attention to a show that I'm going to be having tonight. It's going to be very interesting. I'm encouraging all of you, those of you that are listening to this video, to tune in tonight, because perhaps this might be some of the reason why we have all of the mess that is going on in our own country. Because you have to listen to these things. These things, the trouble we've been having in Liberia didn't start overnight. These are things that's been happening from time to time. There are those who came before us, past generation, failed to recognize these things, and will continue to repeat them. And because we ourselves have not yet able to recognize and see if these things can be rectified, so that this country, beautiful country of ours, can be built just by our hands as Liberians. It doesn't matter who you are at this point. Concord country, it doesn't even exist anymore. We're all one another. We're all one country, one people. But if we do not understand why these things are happening to us, we're most likely not going to be able to find solution. So I ask you tonight to join me.
Yet, how does one begin to help people who swim on their own flooded streets to voting booths to vote incompetent criminals back into office?
Yes, that is a big question we all have to answer. How do you help people who will go to the voting booth swimming in their own flooded streets just to vote people in offices who are incompetent? And those incompetent people that are being voted in offices will also appoint people who are also incompetent. So this is like a big deal. How do we help our brothers and sisters to make sure that their voting rights are utilized effectively? They have the voting cards. They must be told how important their voting cards are to all of us. And so I'm saying those of us that have this platform, this is not time for hate. You don't come into this because you hate. You must do all you can to educate the voters themselves, how important their voting cards are. Because of their vote, our leaders be able to do what is right for our people. Join me this evening as I try to explore this particular question and many more that will be coming. Join me this evening at 8 Eastern Time, 5 Pacific, where we will take on this question and be able to see how much we can go. With your help, we, the Liberian people, will be able to educate our brothers and sisters that have the right to vote whoever they want, but they must do so with responsibility. This is Samson Toll, Liberian Public Radio. Thank you very much.
C'est au-dessus de moi, encore une autre fidèle qui l'Amérique n'a pas loupé nous. Quand il reste Sylvie, il a quoi qui j'ai loupé presse. L'Amérique n'a pas loupé, t'as mon bien de moi avec moi, nous deux. En somme, on va battre au moins, néo. Mon temps dit, t'as mon mouillé, on s'est battu pour moi, il pleure. C'est là le pays.
Doing anything that people get to amend it. And with me from 2005 to date, we're all doing anything. I've done something. Trust me. I'll be re-elected. You understand? So you don't need to fight. You don't need to destroy your country. You don't need to even condemn your country. You have to be inspired, peacefully, and then convince the people, persuade people. Politics is about persuasion. And it's about what you have done for your people. I have done so much that I don't need pay for. You know why I don't need pay for? Because Liberians love me and they promoted me when I was on a soccer page. You know what I'm saying? And they were proud to be Liberian when I was on the soccer page. And I've done my best for my country. I'm a former peace ambassador. It doesn't matter what people say. I'm on record.
Yao, abela lokeyo, bivito jobai, bivito noba, matissimo peyo. Manager Gigi, ouais t'es jamais forcé ou si tu connais, tu connais. L'animateur Choco Noscan Yassin de Toyebi, l'homme a tout fait pour Mivito, Aniche les vieux.
Henry, I can tell you the problem of this country with respect to prices, with respect to health, with respect to education, and largely tied to roads. There are no roads. You don't see opportunities where they should be when you don't have roads. From up to 173 years, we only have one road. How do you know what is happening in Bapolu when you don't have road? You don't go there. The prices of goods, commodities on the market are high because to get them to where they are needed. So there's no way you can, when I talk about road, I'm not talking about putting road on the sidewalk in Monrovia, $50,000 road and make it $3 million. We're talking about roads that will open up the country. We're talking about roads that will open up opportunities, roads that will get businesses going, and dependency reduced because people believe their goods and commodities can get to the market. That's what we're talking about.
But we will prosecute and will confiscate assets that people steal and acquire by illicit means. I often say that in Liberia, when people get caught, they send their wife, they send their children, they send their relatives, whatever, to come and beg. I'm saying the Liberian people, don't come and beg. You know, don't come and tell me, oh, stand to help you get elected. You talk nice about you on the radio station. Now he's stealing, so forgive him. Stanley should have known when he was stealing that we're going to punish him. So there's going to be consequences. That's the first thing. Then we have to make sure we're paying people a living wage. So we did the arithmetic, we did the math in 2017 that when you look at policeman's salary or healthcare worker's salary or teacher's salary, by the middle of the month, the money finished. By the time they pay rent, they buy food, they pay the children tuition, and of course, they're not going to starve, right? So the policeman will pull you over, the teacher will accept bribe, they change grades.
Good evening, folks. Samson told I brought up the radio. We're here again this evening. We're ready for you. Whatever we have to do, we will do. Thank you, folks. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. Thank you very much. Please share this video as much as you can. Share this video as much as you can. We have to have a lot of Liberians watching us. Please share this video. We appreciate all of you again tonight. Thank you. Safety. Lord Jesus, my Lord, thank you. Thank you, Lord Jesus. Thank you. Because of you, we are here again tonight, and we stand before you to praise you and tell you thank you. My Lord, if I sit here tonight and just start naming all of the good things that you have done to me and you continue to do for me and my family, I won't have time to be on this show tonight. All I can say, throw my hands before you and say thank you. Thank you for all the things you're doing. Thank you. My Lord, you're so wonderful. You're so wonderful. And I think everyone knows that. Those who don't know you, my Lord, I ask that they try you. Nothing else is better than you. I appreciate it. My Lord, we ask you again. We're here on this platform to talk about our country, Liberia. My Lord, we ask you to bless the country of the Republic of Liberia. We put the people of Liberia in your hands. We put all of the citizenry of Liberia in your hands. My Lord, we ask you to continue to guide the process. President WEAH is traveling. We put President WEAH in your hands, my Lord. Let him travel safe. We pray that he will be okay and fine to get to wherever he's going. We bless all of those people that continue to do what is right for the Republic of Liberia. Bless them. Give them wisdom to do what is good for our people. My Lord, we ask you, as the election is about ready to it's heating up, but because of your guidance, my Lord, we wake up every morning and then we say thank you. Thank you. Continue to guide the system. Make them to understand that election is not war. Ah, yes, Jesus. Oh, yes, Jesus. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for everything. My Lord, we ask you, we are human beings like any other person, but as we come out here again tonight, turning this camera on for people to watch us, please guide our tongues, guide our touch. Whenever jealousy raises its own ugly heads in our hearts, squash it. Whenever hatred raises ugly head in our mind, squash it. Let us speak the truth. And Lord, I put myself and this show in your hands tonight. That whatever that I say should be of a decent proposal to my brothers and sisters. We ask you to bless the host country, the United States of America. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Let's get it going. Let's get it going. Wait now. That one here, that a new sound from Library, you can bring here. Who in the peace business? What kind of man there? Oh, that I ain't, that's somebody else. Okay. I thought they but anyhow, folks, good evening, good evening, good evening. Thank you very much. I will say this here very shortly, as we about ready to prosecute the idea of not giving President Weah the second term. But before I do that, I will continue to clarify myself, because I think it's very important as we come to these kinds of engagement that people, those of you that are watching me, have the clear understanding where I'm coming from. I am not one of those who hate President Weah. Far from it. I've been telling you guys here, I don't hide nothing from you. I've been telling you, I don't know President Weah. I never met him in my life. The only time that God was going to help me to meet President Weah was during the year, I'm not going to say what year because then you will know, but the first IE Barrow game in the United States. He didn't show up, but I was there. My daughter now, who's 20-some-year-old, she was baby. Well, I'm not even going to tell you, then you will know how old I am. I'm only 25 years old. No, but on a very serious note, when I was going to my engineering school as well, I didn't have money. I married with 2 kids and doing engineering. So 2 jobs. It was difficult, to be honest with you. But I decided on top of that, I quit one job. So I said, okay, let me go and see the guy that I used to play soccer with, asked me to coach one of the wealthy high school in Canton, Ohio, called Hoover High School. And as I was there coaching, the young people found out that I'm from Liberia, and they followed soccer those days. And President Weah was at the top. They call him George Weah. They never call him George Weah. They call him George Weah. Do you know George Weah? I said, no, I know of him. As of course, when we're having conversation, they find out I can eat pusawa. I can eat pusawa. So because of George Weah, let me say that, the people, their parents used to bring me pusawa on the football field. Bags, sometimes 2 bags of pusawa will come in. I used to eat because of it. So I have no hatred. And I will not have a hatred in my mind about President Weah or up against President Weah. There's no way I can do that. But of course, I'm not asking you to believe me. I'm just saying that. As long as I know my God is with me, I care less. But my case that I'm preaching and I'm pushing against President Weah, re-election, is broader than that. It's about the country, the Republic of Liberia. My own feeling, personal feeling towards President Weah, it's been superseded by the love of the country. The love of the country must be above everything else, above our own relationship and everything else. President Weah, let me say this again. I'm going to go deep tonight. And those of you that come out here and try to talk tabata against me, it's not going to work, because I'm not here for friendship. I'm here to be truthful. And if you cannot stand the heat, get out of the liberal kitchen. You know what my name is? They call me the liberal progressive, bloku. In Queenable dollar, which is a crown dollar, you know what bloku is? Elephant skin. What you will say against me that will hurt me? You know how thick elephant skin is? They cook elephant skin for maybe 3 or 4 days before you can eat it. That I don't want you to think you were going to chew and they hate me. You even cook me here, then you say you want to eat something else, but you can't make it. This is the liberal. I'm here. They ain't going nowhere. But let me get back to the subject matter. So as I press this case against the re-election of President Weah, it has nothing to do with me and trying to say President Weah or hate against President Weah. So I will press my case here tonight. I will press the case heavily. And I ask that those of you that perhaps don't agree with me, that's fine. But one of the things that I know about the audience of LPR, they don't agree with you, but they allow you to make your case. And they will respectfully disagree with you. I had 3 gentlemen last night on Mr. Social, in as much as I've been agitating them because of what I've been doing on the show. They were very agitated, but they were very respectful in their disagreement, which I appreciate. So let's go ahead. Why I'm saying that President WEAH must not be re-elected. Let me throw this at you. I have before me here a proper agenda by President WEAH and his government. And this is what President WEAH wrote about the proper agenda. My fellow citizen, he says, in January 2018, you entrusted me with the responsibility of leading the effort to build a capable state that is united in purpose and filled with hope and prosperity. Where are we? Are we there? I just read his statement. Is that statement true today? 5+? Is the statement true? You be the judge. You be the judge. You made history through the first peaceful and democratic transition of power in 74 years. This ushered in the first generational change in national leadership through the popular vote since the introduction of universal strides in 1951. I will remain extremely grateful for the trust and will, to the best of my ability, with the blessing of God, strive to change the narrative on Liberia and bring about a more stable, prosperous, and democratic state in Africa. Not even in West Africa, he said in Africa. Are we there? It's the question. Are we there? What he's saying here, is that where we are today? Let me go on. Therefore, he said, I take this opportunity to present to you the proper agenda for prosperity and development. A 5-year national plan for July 2018 to June 2023. To June past now. The proper agenda was supposed to be their blueprint on how they were going to govern, on what some of the things they were going to do to make sure they govern effectively. They have failed miserably, and he won re-election. In as much as I admire and like him as a human being, re-election? No. What is the proper agenda, President WEAH asks us? It is the framework for inclusion, more equitable distribution of our national wealth. Oh, you shake me, President WEAH. People don't even have food to eat right now. Okay, but I will read on. Okay. Let me read on, folks. And the right-based approach to national development for a new and better Liberia. It is the second in the series of plans leading towards the goal of Vision 2030. It aligns our national plan with the AU Agenda of 2063 and the Global Sustainable Development Goal, whatever. Are we there? President WEAH, people of Liberia, the liberal is asking you, are we there? I say no. You be the judge. To develop the proper agenda, we drew lessons from the design. These are the people, and you will hear the president here. He will tell the people, do nothing for 12 years. And I will tell you this. We drew lessons from the design and execution of the agenda for transformation. That's the past government on a proper agenda. Our recently expired National Development Plan implemented from 2012 to 2017. And we concluded that going forward, we should prioritize investment to stimulate sustainable economic growth, create new business opportunity, create jobs. That's where that million jobs come from now. Create jobs and build the capacity of the Liberian people to prosper and enjoy life in a stable development, a democratic environment. Are we there, my people? Are we there? I say no. I said no. You have the right to disagree with me, and you must disagree with me. Only if you think what I'm saying is true, you can agree with me. If not, vehemently disagree with me, and I will accept that. But let's do it with respect. Let's move on. Let's move on. We will focus on bringing growth back to the economy. $25 million map out. They're bringing growth back. What is it? It's talking about $1 billion Messi. How many million? I think $1 billion Messi. Oh no. How many? Maybe $5 billion Messi. No. How many? $16 billion Messi, and they're bringing back the economy to grow. And you want second term President WEAH? No. Liberian people will say no. And they have the right to do that. The Constitution provides for that. It has nothing to do with hate. I will continue to tell you that tonight. Let's go on. Okay. With emphasis on agriculture, talking about palm oil or rubber oil, we will promote the production of rice, cassava. And if you want to go to Guinea, they can't eat pepper. And if you want to go to Africa, they can't eat cassava leaf. My people, that the country we have, and he coming back with all that. He won 6 more years. When it's rainy, you ain't got nowhere to go. He wants 6 more years. When it's rainy, the Ralphie Highway people can't even travel. He wants 6 more years. And I said, no, respectfully, sir, your request has been denied by me. Let me read on. We cannot develop Liberia without this is the one that really, if you understand this is what's going to hurt them. We cannot develop Liberia without quality infrastructure and skilled labor force. They're using wheelbarrow and digger and shovel. Why they have escalator pack on the side? I have the video to show. They're using wheelbarrow, digger, shovel to build Ralphie Highway. Why they have excavator pack on the side? And here he is. He wants skilled labor, and he wants 6 more years. I said no. Let me go on. In this regard, we foresee a new Liberia that is technically enabled with information and communication technology playing a fundamental role in improving what they do. When something happens, people don't even trust their information business. They lie all the time. Something happened, they say something ain't happening. The president can't even talk to her. That they want, he said he want to communicate with her now. And that says here now. Okay, all right, what there? Folks, I'm here tonight. Okay. Our progress will remain incomplete without the support of key partners. That is, same partner. They say some of your friends then stole the post section on them. You're putting your finger in their faces, and you want to work with those sanctioned people without having them to vindicate themselves, without coming to the court of law. You, President WEAH, that I know, believe in rule of law. But in this case, you put friendship before Liberia. Unacceptable. Request denied. Our country is rich in resources and has a young population, true, with tremendous potential, true. I call on all Liberians living at home and abroad or in the diaspora to join hands and put aside all differences. President, I agree with you years ago, but see, this year, that campaign for you in the United States or all over the diaspora, not only campaign for you, but they were giving you guys ideas, giving you money. Thanking when they went over there, I was in Liberia. You met with them that night after the inaugural. And people wanted $1 million for people to get certain job. Those who could afford the money, they got a job they can't even afford, they can't even work on. That the one I can't say you putting it all together. And I come in. I can't go to total and that's it. And folks, I don't want to read the whole thing tonight. I'm just giving you an introduction why I believe, on a very serious note, why I believe President WEAH must not be given a second term. Now, having gone through all of that, let me give you some clarity. This is the liberal. This is the liberal. I don't just stick on one position when the position change. So that's what make me liberal, because I'm not just one side. Monolithic, like concrete, you pour concrete and sidewalk together, you say you make it one. That's not me. I stay here. When the position change, I change with it, because I am the progressive. I am evolving. What make you think I'm going to sit down in the chair and say that's it? So let's look at this. President WEAH, as a human being, as an individual, has the ability to lead. He's not dumb. President WEAH is one of the smartest young men that I've ever seen in Liberia, to be honest with you. Think about it. And the reason I'm saying it from my own experience, of course, not as high as he has gone. But many of us I left total Aquino Monreal. I hustle. I was never involved in the stealing. I wash car to eat, but I would not steal. The reason was, if I were to steal something, my parents hear about me stealing Monreal, they would disown me, because I will be bringing big disgrace to my father Brown too. Please, I will not steal. Hungry can't say, and hungry king so many nights. If I were to tell you some of the things that happened in Monreal, you would say, why you even go home? There was a lady, I will say this here tonight. There was a lady, she's dead now, and so I can call her name. They call her Julius Kamar. She died with Dr. Monba then. I think it was in Mexican on during the winter time. But this lady, she's from Zlatan or Port Town, one of those towns, but she's a Bible woman. So a friend of mine and I were walking one night, was so hungry. Yeah. And this is some of the reason why I'm saying President WEAH must not be re-elected. Because if I look at some of the video, people, children hungry in Monrovia, it come back to me because I've gone through that myself. So one night, we were so hungry. No food. The young man is dead now, so I will call his name as well. They call him Joseph Gay. He's from Blown Town. He's dead now. I will call his name. So, but anyhow, he's a friend. So we were walking on Broad Street. The lady, she has a business where when you go and sell cow skin for you can eat some of the cow skin or the P4, you can eat some, but then she will pay you. Sometimes she give you like 50 cents a day, depends on how they're selling. But we didn't even know that. So Joseph Gay and I was walking, one of the fine soccer player in our area, man. He was just so good. But anyhow, we were walking on Broad Street. And at that time, it was rice cutting time in town. And when they cut the rice, the suffer we went through in Monreal, now he said, we were hungry that night. So he and I started having conversation. And the conversation went like this. Man, I wish I was in town now. No rice with my mom, just coming from the farm. Fresh rice with pumpkin pie. Man, and cassava leaf. All of the best food I wanted to eat. I started naming it. How I'm going to swallow the other banana here and there. I started naming it. He was just quiet. Then when he said, you finished? I said, yeah. He was speaking deep crown. He said, you finished? I said, yeah. Then he get on his own. What are some of the fish you're going to get from him? Because behind his town, they have another river they call Poeto Wayne where they do all the fishing. He started telling me. But the lady was behind us walking, a crown woman. She didn't say anything. So when we were done, she said, hey, why you can't go home in crown? Joseph and I scattered. We ran. But we came back to her. She said, you'll come back. We came back that night. She gave us 25 cents. We bought 15 cent oil, red oil. We went, I think Joseph probably had some other money. We went and got 2 cups of rice. We didn't sleep that night. We cooked the rice with the red oil. That was the Monrovia some of us went through. And now, with this opportunity that God has blessed us with, People die for us, some of us to get these kinds of opportunity. And then President WEAH, of all people, the one that used to sacrifice so much to go home when people were fighting while Liberian was running away from Liberia. He used to go home. His wife used to say, George, that play dinner. You say, Mama, I have to go. These are my people. He would go home when people were fighting, leave Europe in the comfort zone and go to Liberia when people were dying. This is the president. This is the George WEAH that every Liberian thought he was going to be. He came in with a group of people that decided to put him in a bubble and make sure he got far away from his people as much as possible and unable to produce President WEAH. Y'all tell me, man, you don't tell me nothing, man. No anything that lie. If President WEAH has surrounded himself with capable people, that man play football. You know what it takes for people to pass you ball and for you to score. The kinds of mindset, the ball coming with speed. At the same time, you don't hold the ball and say, okay, now the ball with me, that will do that. Before the ball get to you, you finish planning your strategy. I'm sure people like Mama Musa, they can speak to those things. Because these are high-class players. So you don't wait until ball get to you, then you say, I'm going to make up my mind. You have to be intelligent. You have to be smart. And he was smart, intelligent to be able to be at that position. You want to tell me the same country that he used to struggle for, that now he's the leader of the country and not able to lead? And for all these years, 5+ years, President WEAH was unable to do reshuffle, move people around. He can't do that. The same by there. One other minister the other day was telling us, one other minister, I got that kind of money in the budget. You minister, you know you got that then you go, then you want to come back to us for all the point back there with all your then. No, the FCC, he ain't able to put the FCC there on the bench. He ain't put the FCC there on the bench and bring other people for him to try. He refused to substitute somebody and FCC and Tamla then. He ain't put them on the bench. Then he coming to us again. Y'all give me 6 more years. What will happen? He coming with all the FCC then again. So the book, so poverty can have 4-0 against us. What kind of business is it? No, folks, unacceptable. Unacceptable. So I'm saying that because of that, I don't think President WEAH must be re-elected. That's the case that I'm pushing against President WEAH tonight. What say you, folks? Am I talking plenty tabata here now? What I'm saying here, it makes sense, eh? Okay, I agree with you. But let me bring in somebody perhaps might be able to expand on that, what I'm saying here tonight. If I'm making sense, maybe you'll help me out. But I have a lot of video here that I'm going to be playing alone. But let me see if I can bring in Malice June. Malice June, good evening. Thank you for joining. Are you there? Are you listening? You hear me? Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I've been here. I've been following you.
Thank you. Thank you. I know many of the Tabata that I've been saying here, you would disagree with me strongly, which I don't mind. And I know you have your own mindset, and then you have your own way of where you have a you think where you going? You're not going anywhere. You're here with me. Where you cleaning your hair? Where you going? Nowhere. But anyway, on a very serious note, Malik, welcome. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining me tonight. What do you think of my tabata? My refusal, my standing here, and I'm saying, besides the fact that I admire and like President WEAH deeply, but I don't think because of his surrounding and people with him that he is unable to govern us for the next 6 years. Because of that, I'm saying to the Liberian people that he must be rejected. What say you, Mali?
Well, I think your Tabata, I'm very sure, has been able to touch so many nerves out there. I'm sure it touched a lot of booms out there. And I just hope that a lot of people will not be coming after you going forward. Are you hearing me?
I am. I'm ready. They can let them bring it on. You know, Malice, before you go on, let me just say something here. I'm not afraid. In the Crown dialect, they call me elephant skin.
because I have a very thick skin. They can say whatever they want to say. I don't mind. My own nephew in Liberia, sometimes he used to come on my show here and try to degrade me, and people will fight for me, and I just laugh because there's nothing. What I want to do here is to be truthful. What I believe to be the truth, as long as I say it without any hint of hatred coming from me towards these people, I have nothing to be afraid of. What I must be afraid of between my God and myself. And that's what I'm afraid of. Other than that, I'm not here to make friends. I'm not here for kumbaya business. But go ahead, Malice.
Yeah. So one thing I should credit you for is the reading of President WEAH inaugural speech.
No, that's the how do you call it, propo agenda opening speech.
Okay. Then we'll call it the platform.
Okay. Yes.
But then,
yes. That's good.
Yes. When I made my own assessment of President WEAH's platform and looking at the character he is, the kind of individual he is, the language in there are very good and strong language. I don't even know whether President WEAH already understand the ramification and the dynamic of that platform language, for which I see you crucifying him tonight. But the crucifixion of President WEAH will depend on the audience you're speaking to. If you are speaking to the CDC audience tonight, they might say this panelist is paranoid. He doesn't know what he's talking about. This man has accomplished everything in our platform. This is the feedback you're going to get from a CDC audience. If you are talking to the opposition audience, they will say that whole thing is a trash. He never met his expectation. He failed the people. If you talk to a liberal group that is between the opposition and George WEAH, they will say, well, he succeeded in somehow. Somehow he succeeded. But somehow you also fail miserably. But here my question to you, liberal. Can you tell me at what time in our national history has any president fulfilled or executed fully his or her platform? Have you ever heard anything like that? Let me to Liberia.
No.
Okay. I'm bringing the question to make the conclusion that the platform is used as a scapegoat. But is that something from the heart of the people? We are keen with his slogan, pro-poll. Talking with higher high.
Hold on, Mali. Let me bring in this other young man here who's joining us.
Yeah.
And I will bring in Walter Carter. You need to call back. Let me connect this thing. Then I will come. Terry, what are you doing with your video, Walter?
Yeah, I just tried to adjust.
Let me connect you because you're one of the panelists, and I will keep you on there. Can you do that, please? Let me connect you first. Yeah. Coming back in about 2-3 minutes. Go ahead, Malice. I'm sorry for the interruption, but I just have
what
to.
I'm saying here is that every time a government is ushered in, they come in with some slogan, and these slogans are deeply rooted into their platform.
Wait a minute. Please bring my charger, man.
Hello?
Yeah, this is the first time this has happened to him. So let me
okay.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Those who's talking about feedback. We couldn't even talk last night. Whenever you come on, you keep me with a crew noise, a crew and llama noise all over the place. My cartel are working and do it like you said. Somebody making. Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. So what I'm saying here is that, objectively speaking, we need to
Objective?
credit.
You're coming back again.
No. Objectively speaking, you have not been very objective with your presentation tonight. Objectively speaking, I think President WEAH has been able to accomplish some of his goal. I think so. He started his role. Whether they started A, he continued A. I must thank him for the little he has done. I know the sedition may want to give me something to drink for that, but I just want to be a bit objective. And secondly, there is no time in our history a president has fulfilled completely his platform. No. So I will want to give Joe WEAH credit for some aspect of his platform. One, he kept the so-called peace. Our doors are open to the international community. Two, stand to be corrected. I don't know whether he has ever jailed any opposition leader.
No.
Three,
no. He hasn't even put people in, only those who have done things wrong.
Yes.
But it's not in him. It is not in him to do those things. I know that.
So in a much, I will want to criticize Joe WEAH and take him for crucifixion. I will take him for crucifixion from a different lens.
Yes, and that's what we're going to do. Thank you.
And the different lens I'm taking him from is not rooted in his platform.
Okay.
Yes, but I must thank him for those little ones he has done.
Okay,
yes.
Walter Carter, can you hear us?
Yes.
Oh, hold on. Walter Carter, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, so you can hear Molly speaking as well, right?
No.
Molly, let's go ahead. Let's listen in again. Can you hear?
Yeah. So what I'm seeing here is that.
Okay, Molly's, hold on. Did you hear what he said? Okay. All right. And we're not going to take you off. We'll keep you on because you're one of the panelists here. So we'll keep you on. So go ahead, Molly. Let's finish up. Let me bring Terry, then I can go to Carter.
So in a much, I want for President WEAH to be replaced. I just don't want another gentleman with pens and shake going to the executive mansion. I want somebody who is prepared to do the opposite. Probably.
Okay. We'll come to that. We'll come to that. We'll come to and see
but
how.
But generally, I want for President WEAH to be replaced based on different things, but not based on his inability to fulfill his platform.
Thank you. And somebody accusing us of trying to look for a job right now, but that's okay. That's his opinion. We take it. Go ahead, Terry. What do you make of my Tabata?
I think you are not on Tabata. I think you on course. It's just left for the seditions to come and defend themselves, like what you were saying last night. Instead of crying like a baby, come up and show that you are a man, that you can defend President WEAH. Because all of what you just said and read, they are documented. And for Mr. Mali to say that you cannot use that against him, I would say I would take her back to that, because it is on the basis of your platform people vote for you. I come to you to convince you based upon my platform, based upon what I say I would do. Like what every one of us are saying. We're saying we want to hear from all the political leaders. What is their message? What is their vision? What is their policy? Because we in the US, that is how we make our judgment on presidents. We vote for presidents based on what they will do. Right. So if you start to default in most of what you say you would do and start to decline and you're not able to fulfill those promises, then how can we then trust you with another 6 years?
Thank you.
So that is what it is.
Okay, let's go to Carter. Carter he's not representing CDC, but he's a strong supporter and sympathizer of CDC, if I may say so. Carter, what's on your mind? What do you make of my Tabata? Am I putting my foot in my mouth again tonight, and you think you might be able to help me to take my foot out, or are you ready to help me?
I guess I'm glad that you said your Tabata, and that's the honest statement you made. You are reading I don't know whether it's a speech or it's a
No.
write-up from the
Listen.
president.
Let me read the title. You see, that's one thing about CT. You say you don't know. I just read it. You see, this is what you guys, and you are a highly educated person. But look at the way you're behaving because of CDC. You say you don't know or you don't understand or you don't know what I'm reading. They ask me a question. What is a title? Instead, you're going to assign your own title to what I've just read. Then when I come back and give you the documented, the evidential title, now you're going to be looking like somebody who can't even read and write. Now I will help you. That's what I do here. I help you guys. Yes, the title, Message from the President of the Republic of Liberia. And this is the opening of the Pro agenda for prosperity and development. Pay a 5-year national development plan toward accelerated, inclusive, and sustainable development. July 2018, June 2023. So it's not just whatever it is. No, this is the document that was put together by your people. Okay, so now address it.
Very good. As you were reading the document, as you were reading some of the proposed statement within that document.
No, but you see, listen to you. No, I'm going to press you. When you come out and make this statement as a defender of CDC, it's my right to press you. And I'm not trying to challenge your intellectual ability. Far from it. I know, but okay. But when you come out and say what are some of the things that I didn't say? Since you're going to quantify what I enumerated here tonight,
when you read some of the proposals.
Yeah, but when you say some, that means there are some that are some of. There's there might be 5, but out of the 5, I read some of. You can't say that. Just make a broad statement that will protect you. I'm trying to help you, my brother.
So you read 5 of them, right?
No, don't put number on this. Just say your reading. That will cover you up.
The portion that you read.
Good point.
To that.
Okay.
You said no. And the beautiful thing about it is, vast majority of Liberian people are saying yes. Vast majority of the Liberian people are saying yes.
Okay.
What the president proposed to Liberian people, that when he become president, or what he lay off is his platform. He is working, continue to work in that direction. He is on the good trajectory, and there's no way that the president's statement or the president's suggestion to them is an event. It's a process. The president said we will construct roads. Roads are being constructed in Liberia. The president said we will make tuition free tuition. We have people going to school not paying tuition in public university and colleges in the country. The president said we will lift how many people out of poverty? We are seeing it today, because for a mother to stay under the ring to sell bitter ball, to pay her son or daughter YF fee, the president makes sure that money is safe in your pocket. You don't have to dig in your pocket for that money anymore. He alleviated the burden of looking for I don't know how many dollars for the YF fees. He alleviated the payment for school fees at university and colleges. They are lifting people out of poverty. He opening roads, places that roads have never been before, that prevented people from bringing their products to town to sell. Like the woman in Lima County that they had on video. She showed her banana, her plantains getting rotten because she could not even bring them to town because there was no road. Under this administration, the president made sure that today that woman can drive from Yekepa, from Sanikwale, from Lokatua, and bring her product to town and sell without her product getting damaged.
Okay, all right.
Lifting people out of poverty.
Okay, thank you, Carter. I hope you're going to stay with us because I'm not dropping you.
I'm a young.
Okay, thank you. All right. So, folks, let me do this. Like I said, I have a lot of video here tonight that are going to be speaking for and against President WEAH.
Mr. Toe.
Yes.
I got a kickback on one of the things Keto just said. He
But
said,
can you write that down and then perhaps you can respond when I play this, and you can wrap all of them together, or you want to just respond quickly?
Yeah, let me just respond quickly. He used
Okay,
the
go
word
ahead.
vast majority.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what his definition for that. I don't know what his support-based factor for that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we will agree if we say some of the Liberians, but when you say vast majority gone over 50%, and I completely disagree with that because I'm not one of the vast majority.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. But this is what CDC, and especially those educated sedition, this is what they would do. They would try to somehow give you, you know how when you write paper, most people will write paper, they write the paper like a bottle. They start from the small, then they go to the bottom, and then make conclusion. But see, hold on, cuz you can't do this to us. You gotta wait your turn, my brother. You gotta wait your turn. This is the liberal that is running the show. This is not Mr. So.
I gotta correct him.
No, okay, they're fine, but wait your turn. Wait your turn. This is the liberal show. This is not Alfonso. No, I will give you the opportunity. I will give you the opportunity, but you gotta wait your turn. That's all I'm asking. This is the liberal. Thank you. This is the liberal. This is not Alfonso conservative show. This is the liberal where you and Aaron and Evan can come and run all the way you want to run. That ain't happening here tonight. You will be given the opportunity to push back as much as you can, but wait your turn. But as I was saying, Mallet, the sedition most of the time when they're giving, if you're not smart, but you see, they can't fool us here. You saw what he did. Instead of writing paragraph or writing his paper going like this to come to the bottom and give conclusion, he gave conclusion here and hoping you won't see the conclusion he's giving. And then he wants to give the details. As a result of that, he misplaced some of the details and put some false analysis into the detail, hoping that we will not see it. But we're not that stupid anymore, my people. But anyhow, let me go on. I will bring Carter. I gave you two minutes, please. I'll wrap it up. Hurry up and let me bring you my video, please, Carter. Go ahead, respond.
Okay. When I say vast majority of Liberian people approve of the president, we know this president won with over 60% of the vote in Liberia. Those people are still telling the world.
Amen. Carter, then you're talking about a whole day defending undefensible. Go ahead, my brother. My flag by behind me now. Go ahead.
Of the country, that President WEAH is still here. He's vibrant. He's still on the throne, and they want him to continue his legacy. And that's the approval of the Liberian people.
Okay, thank you.
So I am confident and convinced that they are vast majority.
Yeah, but because of your confidence, what matters and myself suggesting, and you have the right to do that. What just pushing back? Because of your confidence, you cannot and you must not try to put us into your confidence basket, deplorable confidence baskets, I would call it, by saying because
you are correcting me.
No, hold on. Let me make I let you make your point. Let me make my point. I call it deplorable confidence, but I have the right to call it that. But the point here is this. Why you're saying because of your confidence, you're going to now conclude by saying my vast majority with no statistic, no polling, no numbers, but vast majority. So what percent of the vast majority? We got 5-point-something million in Liberia, but you said vast majority. This is the liberal show. Please, we know what the numbers are. But anyhow,
I'm not going to go that route again.
Of course, you know that. If you do that, you will be burning yourself. You will be putting your foot in your mouth. Okay, but let me do this, Carter. Thank you very much. Let's listen to Ben Senvi, and I say again because many of you have watched the Ben Senvi video. I am not in the business of degrading this president. That's not what I do. I respect him a lot. I disagree with him. I want him out, not because of hate. I want him out based on bad policy that I can say and point to. It is not because of hate. But Ben Senvi, in his video, the entire video, most of the things that I cut off, I took them out because I felt within myself. First, it was personal. Some of them was personal. I took those out. And secondly, you cannot talk to my president in such a manner. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. In as much as I want the president to be defeated, he's still my president. I respect him. And I'm not going to play anything here that will be condescending to this president. And therefore, I'm playing Ben Senvi video. I cut it as much as I can. So let's listen to it, and we'll come back. All four of us going to come back to discuss that.
The people, you fail the people. When you come to power and you decide that you will change and you will do the things that you're not supposed to do, the people will stand up. Look in the region. Everybody is progressing but us. Every country is progressing but us.
Everybody in the country, according to him, are progressing but us. Male, you care to discuss that brief video? And we'll do that from time to time. I have a bunch of video here that I want us to address from time to time. So go ahead. Let's start with Male. Male, what's your feeling on that? You can address that or bring up any other subject matter that you want to discuss. You don't have to necessarily address the video. Or you can combine the video discussion and any other discussion you have. But we have time limit on our discussion.
Yes. My first comment here is that I see Mr. Ben Senvi. I see emotion taking over his presentation.
I agree.
Yes. It behoves on me to believe that he has got some vendetta against George Weah. And I don't think that what the platform is supposed to be
let me I apologize. It's on me. I apologize. I should have clarified the video that I'm going to be playing of Ben Senvi. I hope, and I'm hoping that we don't discuss the emotion aspect of Ben Senvi comments. Let us look at the words that I use, how authentic those words are, and how are those words applied to President Weah's ability to lead. Are those what he's saying? Let's look at what he's saying, and not the messenger and the avenue of the delivery of the message. Let's strictly discuss the message. Whatever message that you heard here, does it apply to President Weah as it stands?
No. In the first place, on three reasons.
Okay.
One, he made some general statement.
Okay.
Look in the region. The people are moving ahead. They are better off.
No, Mare, don't come bring your business. No. Yeah, but don't come bring your business. No, listen. You put too much business. I'm just kidding. Go ahead, Mare.
No, it had nothing to do with her personality.
Okay,
you already make it clear.
No, yes. I'm just kidding.
But when you use the word, look in the region. Everybody is progressing. Liberia is here. I disagree. He will provide statistics because every region, Ghana, Nigeria, Sierra Leone,
Male, can you give me one complete?
Their own different problem. So
Male, please, just hold your thought. I'm begging you, just hold your thought.
Okay.
My fellow Liberians, few minutes ago, the fan was blowing and it blew the flag off behind me. It did not touch the ground. I have a computer desk over here, and the pole is long enough and was able to hang itself onto the pole, and the flag did not touch the ground. So I am not here to disrespect what we all believe to be our flag. If you feel that the flag fell and you think it hit the ground, it didn't. But whatever situation is, I strongly apologize, and the respect we have for the flag, it still holds. So please accept my apology. Go ahead, Malice.
Well, from intellectual point of view, I will want for Ben to really convince me, because I know all the African countries have got some commonality when it comes to certain problem. I cannot sit here and say Ghana is better off than Liberia. Probably I can say Ghana is better off in this particular era as compared to the particular era
I
in Liberia.
agree. I
Then
agree.
I will provide those statistics and provide the evidence and the facts.
I agree.
But that general statement, I completely disagree with it. I
Thank
think
you.
it been misplaced.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's go to Terry. Terry, I think Malice is forcing us tonight to get out of our tabata ship and try to be analytical tonight, intellectually, which I'm not on board with him, but it seems like he's forcing us to take that route. What's say to you? What's say with this Ben Senvi stuff?
Well, there are two major things we got to look at. One is that the timing Ben Senvi made that statement, which year he made that statement. I don't think it was this year. I don't think it was last year. All right. So we got to look at that. And we also have to look at what prompted him to make that statement. All right. And from the observation, Ben Senvi was offset because of the statement that I think President WEAH made a time ago over the Bowie statement at one of their Independence Day celebration.
Right. Where
I'm not mistaken.
Right. You mean Madam Bowie? Yes. Yes.
So that was when Ben got angry and vented his anger by expressing deep passion for his country because he did not like the way how the country was.
Well, let me
running
ask you
under President
this.
WEAH.
Even if it is 2 years ago, there's a statement today that says still apply to President WEAH's ability to lead, because he's saying you failed the people.
Yeah,
Is that still applicable today?
It does. And I want to disagree with my senior pop, Mr. Mali, that the statement Ben made is accurate in a sense that Liberia had been under a 14-year civil war, and Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf were able to uplift us from that devastating position and brought us to a place where our country budget were turning over into 500 million now, and we were supposed to be going forward. But unfortunately, we are not. All right. Just neighboring countries, Sierra Leone, who also was victimized by the war, were improving. The time Ben made that statement, even now, Sierra Leone, in as much as Sierra Leone having some crisis or so, Sierra Leone have improved. Sierra Leone got electricity even in the villages. They got pipe-borne water running in the villages in Sierra Leone. You know, in Ghana and other places, even though Ghana did not experience the war, we believe that there are political wrangling and all that. But when it comes to progression as a nation, every nation, most of the countries in West Africa around Liberia, sharing border, Guinea, Ivory Coast, they are all progressing. But under President WEAH, you know, it seems like we retrogressing instead of progressing.
Oh,
because
my
you came
goodness.
we came in with this harmonization with people's salaries, all right, that affected a lot of things. Because you must understand also that every working person in Liberia got almost 50 to 25% depending on them, directly and indirectly. So if you harmonize that person's pay, it affects everybody that is indirectly and directly connected to them. Because everybody going to somebody's office to beg them for money on a daily basis so that they can feed their family. And so that is the reason why the people see that the economy is hard. The reason why people crying is because of that. It's merely because of the harmonization on the salaries. Because the salaries of people will affect the economy directly and indirectly. And yet and still, to just put this in before I go, yet and still, The budget under President Shirley was 500 million, but it met the target. President WEAH budget is almost 700 million and is not able to meet the target. So that means that something is wrong.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Carter, are you there, Carter?
I'm here.
Okay. What do you make of Ben Senvi's statement, the video? And I've already asked that we only look at the statement and not the deliberate process of the statement and everything that comes with it, including emotion. Let's just look at the statement as it is. What do you make of it?
It's good. It's good you said you just look at the statement. And if you look at the statement comparing it to today, right? Whether those countries that he talked about around Liberia in the region are progressing than Liberia, right?
Okay.
So let's look at those countries that in the West, in our region, that are progressing in Liberia. So we have Guinea that border Liberia. If Guinea was so progressing in Liberia, would there be a coup d'etat or military takeover in Guinea? No. Because Guinea was not progressing, Guinea had a military coup d'etat, and today we have a military leader in Guinea. Let's go to Mali, let's go to Burkina Faso, let's go to Niger. Let's go around West Africa and see whether those countries are making airwaves. We're talking about today. No, they are not. Because Liberia is progressing under this leadership of President George Manuel Weah. The people are resolved. And let me be honest here. Let's be very clear here. When President Weah won the election, we talk about democracy. Democracy is the will of the people. In Liberia, we do not understand what democracy is. We got, say for example, if you got 100 people going to 100 people going to vote, you got 60%, not 60%, 60 people voting in favor and 40 voting against. It means that the 60 people won the day. That democracy right there. But you still have 40 people that are disenchanted or feel that it lost and it's not supposed to go that way. Those are the 40% people in Liberia who are loudly speaking out that this government is not making headway. What's about the 60% people that are saying the government is making headway, that brought this government to office? They are saying to you, and even the number has increased, they are saying to the Liberian people and to the rest of the world that this president is doing well. This president is moving in a direction, putting the country in a direction that is so positive. The rest of the people are saying no. So we cannot sit here and conclude that what Ben Savin said 3 years ago or 2 years ago has a weight on our today's politics in Liberia. Because if that was the case, the blue wave were not going to be on the streets of Monrovia last week. We're not going to see the spontaneous or the
concomitant coming again tonight. Concomitant is coming again.
Yeah, we're not going to see that. Okay. We're going to see empty fields like today. I mean, like we saw in Grand Cape Mountain.
Oh, here we go. Here comes the crowd. Here comes Donald Trump. Okay. All right, Carter. Thank you. Let me go on to the.
You gave me almost 10 minutes to talk, and you gave me 2 minutes. All right, go ahead.
10 minutes? Stop that, man.
But they are sedition. That's how they count. When they want to inflate the number, if it's for them, they inflate.
My people are Jews on set. We attest to that.
Okay.
Okay. So Mr. Mali is on your side now.
Okay, he's looking but that a PhD he wanted to come on his side, and I am you. But anyway, okay, let me play this other video coming from President Weah, and let's discuss that. This is quite recent. Let's play.
I'm your friend, I'm your father, I'm your brother, I'm your family. You live in the ghettos, I live in the ghetto. If those that know me for years, they will tell you, I live right opposite you in Bon Mines. I play for Bon Range. And I used to come to the border right here in Cox City and spend my entire day when I'm not playing. So I know this vicinity. So you can see where I'm from. I'm from the ghetto, but the ghetto did not define me.
And so what I said to that, Malik, before I come to you, and if I'll go to Terry first, before I go to Terry, this is how I try to analyze that statement. To say true, the ghetto did not define him, thank God. And now that he's in leadership, he has a helm of this poverty reduction process. He has failed. And now, not only is he saying the ghetto did not define him, but he didn't care. He doesn't care if the ghetto defined the rest of the people, because he's not doing much to bring these people out of the poverty that were listed in their pro-poor agenda. And I think that particular statement, I find fault with it. If he were to say ghetto did not define me, as a result, based on my own experience, I am also working hard so that you will also not be defined by the ghetto. But he didn't do that. Ghetto did not define him, but he's leaving his people in the ghetto. Terry, what do you make of that video?
Yeah, obviously, if that video means a lot, but the problem is, he said he used to come there. So I said, well, that's the right statement. That was years ago. So what about now? Since you've been president, how often do you go there? How often do you communicate to them? The people know you to be from among them. How often were you affiliating with them? Only when you want to be re-elected, then you come back to them. So that statement still does not correlate with the people. The people look at him like, dude, you strange, because you only came to us when you needed us, when you need us. You're not coming to us. You should have been coming to us long before. So, it does not end his shades. He got on his shades and he's trying to speak like that. I think that it did not really resonate. That statement is a beautiful statement in 2017, but it does not look like the statement. It does not look like what he was in 2017. If he had made that statement in 2017, the people would have believed him. But right now, the people already know that he's just trying to get their votes, And to Keto, when you talk about progression, right? You see, Guinea, you're talking about, I went through coup. Guess what? Liberia is still buying pepper from Guinea. Liberia is still buying beans from Guinea. With all the coup that went on in Guinea, Guinea is not destabilized. That is why you call progression, because the people are able to control, even though they went through a coup, they're able to control that the economy is still running. Liberians still leave from Liberia to go to Guinea to buy cars on a regular basis. In fact, Liberia depend on Guinea for food and supplies, because we can't grow anything. We're not growing nothing. We're not doing anything for ourselves. That is what is called failure. That is what you call digression instead of progression. The agriculture is broken down. Nothing in Liberia right now, when it comes to development that would directly affect the economy, is progressing.
Okay.
So that is what we mean when we say that Ben Sevi was correct.
Okay, I was going to bring in Cutter, but the fact that you call Cutter directly, I will let him come last. Let's go ahead, Malik. Go ahead. What do you make of that statement from President WEAH? I am one of you. I am from the ghetto, but the ghetto did not define me.
That statement there, it has a lot of implication right now.
Okay.
It having some severe implication on the present, on this future right now. It's helping to fuel in this drug thing in Liberia. Because
how are you able to tie this statement to the drug problem in Liberia? Help me out understand it, please.
Very good. Once a drug peddler, you always a drugs peddler no matter what.
Okay.
Joe Upon we have tested all the different type of drugs in our country when he used
we have no evidence. We have no evidence.
The war he using, we know what happened in the ghetto. The ghetto is not where the ghetto is not where
I'm pushing back strongly because we have no evidence that the president has used drugs in the past, or even using drugs. You have the right to your opinion, but at the same time, as a moderator, I have the right to push back, and you can make a statement. but I just want to be on record as someone who is pushing back on it. Go ahead, make your statement.
The ghetto is not where you go meet the Pope and he's preaching to his disciples and followers. The ghetto is not a place where you go for people to go and get married. The ghetto is designed for some special issue. And the ghetto is for smoking, drug, and drinking. That's what the ghetto is for. The proliferation of drugs in Liberia. If I grew up and never went to the ghetto before, I had no idea. You don't know how long even Jowiah fan around the ghetto. We don't even know the year, but he still remember that he now tried to create a demarcation that he has backed away from the ghetto. No, he has not backed away. I disagree with that.
Thank you.
Jowiah is still have an active membership, according to my belief, with the ghetto.
But that's what he stated that. He stated that.
Jowiah is appealing to his ghetto followers. Yes.
Thank you.
Probably the level of ghetto, per how you see it may not be in the Zinsha anymore. It could be in the Jamaica club. It could be somewhere elevated area. Probably they were smoking weed.
Mali, you're trying to bring this conversation to a level that
ghetto, it was not necessary.
Okay, but okay. Well, those are your opinion. Thank you. Thank you.
It brings in a whole lot of implications.
Okay, all right. That's your view. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Mistake.
Okay, all right. I agree. I mean, that's your opinion. Thank you for that. Carter, the question now is: are you still hoping that Malik can attest to Terry having more time still, or you?
I still remain, and I somehow try to agree with Malik, but I got another take.
Okay, all right. Let's hear your take. Let's hear your take.
I'm gonna say I frown the word ghetto. I think when the president referred to ghetto, he was talking about people in slum communities, very poor and establishment. I think that's what he referred to in the context. You understand what? If that's how we look at it, because West Point, not everybody in West Point smoke drug. Not everybody in Nukuta smoke drug. You're talking about slum communities, the poor of the poor. That's what you're talking about. I came from a background like you, poor people. That's why I came back to you. I'm here. And when I heard my brother Terry talking, about President WEAH, what Ben Sabi said about, what the president said about he going back to the poor because you were once there. All right? This is what he is saying.
I didn't say anything about that.
At this time, he has not
gone. Terry, let him talk. Let him talk.
He said the president has not gone to the people prior to this election. It's because of the election going back to the people. And I find it very, very disingenuous because this president plays football. He went Nukutan, played football on the field with his people. He went West Point. He built a state-of-the-art of this kind in our country, in the entire West Africa. Never found those parks in West Africa, only in Liberia. He built it in one of the slum communities called West Point. He went there, he played there. Not only that he played there, his wife went there, his son went there. Everybody went there and played there. That's how you identify where the place you come from. All right? The projects that he carried on in the country, they are not in Congo Town. They are not in on King Avenue. Those are in slum communities. He put lights in slum communities. He went to the villages and built real estate, what you would call, real estate in those places. He built them for people for free. All right? Nukutan, real estate. Peloton in Grenada, real estate. Bonkante Sala, real estate.
Peloton is in Town. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, in Grenada, right?
Yeah, right next to Town.
He built low income homes for people for free.
Okay.
Those are people he identified with, and that's what he was talking about.
Thank you.
So I agree with Mr. Jones, and look, intellectually discussing things. Sometimes we gotta take the feelings of John WEAH is not the one that's taking in coach. He's not the one that, because let me tell you something. People think John WEAH took drugs. So we have played professional football for a long time. You cannot be a professional soccer player or a professional athlete and you be on drugs. When they find that in your system, qualify you for whatever tournament you want trophy on, they will disqualify you. So you were not doing drugs. So we can rule that out. But the fact that he spoke about ghetto is like you telling the people, look, our life in America, when we see people like in the ghetto, they're not really smoking weed. We're talking about projects. We
Okay.
know that.
All right.
Other Jews, you know that.
Thank you.
Terry know that. Everybody knows that.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's listen.
2 seconds for me to learn.
Thank you. Thank
Okay,
you.
look, go ahead. Go
Okay.
I'll listen.
Let's listen to the former president here, Madam Salif, and then we're not going to make a comment on it. Then I'll go ahead and play President WEAH again, and then we can move to the next one. Let me play former President Salif.
Yeah. Yeah. Take away. Take away. Party on party. Party on party. I now way to wake us up.
Well, just as she suggested, this is the way to wake us up. But let me now play this inaugural speech. One of the this part is from the inaugural speech of President WEAH. And after this, I want us to rate that to see if indeed this statement holds true today as we speak, and the president coming back to us as Liberian for asking.
What were the people or Helen Johnson Salisa's?
Just to wake us up. Just to wake us up.
No, that's a campaign. That's an indirect campaign thing you're supporting here. That's not right.
Mr. Malley, this is the liberal. You can't try to pick on everything. Even if I try to pass it on your head, you still go up. It looks like you got eyes behind your ear, everything. So just let me go through. Let me do my tabata, please. Okay, let me play this here. Let me play this. This is President WEAH during his inaugural speech. And let's look at this speech as well, not from an emotional standpoint, but as to what are this statement, what effect this statement have on us, and as to what are this statement is in fact applicable to us today under his leadership. Let's listen.
The most effective way to directly impact the poor and to narrow the gap between the rich and poor is to ensure that public resources do not end up in the pocket of government officials.
The important way to affect the gap between the poor and the rich is to make sure that the government resources does not end up in the pocket of the government officials. Let's start with you, Terry.
Public resources.
Yeah, public resources. Let's start with you, Terry. Where does that statement stand today in terms of rating that statement from 1 to 5? Let's just say 1 to 5. Where does this statement stand in your mind?
Well, you don't want to ask me that because I will tell you maybe 0 because I don't see.
That's
even
okay. That's your view.
To give him 1 step will be very hard because he has not taken any major action against any government officials on regards of what he said. All right. I saw him the last time firing Eugene Fagon for leaving his job and coming in America and making assertions on AstraZeneca vaccine also. But he do not have the ability to fire people who mismanage public funds, to call for investigation on government officials that have been sanctioned by the U.S. government, you know, and many other things. Even the recent saga with the drugs business, he have yet to suspend Fina Bono, knowing very well that her name popped up among all of the allegations. And I believe these are some of the reasons why the United States government continue to crack down on Liberians because of these kind of things. And there are a lot of people there are a lot of people right now that is getting denied at the embassy because apparently the American government do not trust this government. You know, there are a lot of people that is getting denied. All right. And I think President WEAH need to rethink. But again, do he have that luxury of time on his hands? to recalibrate his government? Or will he do that if he gets re-elected? I doubt that. And that is the reason why I think Ambassador Boyka is the best way forward.
All right, well, let's go to Carter. Carter, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, what do you, is that statement?
My brother.
Is that statement?
My brother preached the theory of policy just now, false policy.
Okay, all right, but that's what will bring you in to correct you and state your point. But do you think that statement, which says the way to narrow the gap between the rich and the poor is to make sure government and national resources, money, whatever it is, does not end in the pocket of government officials? Is that still holding true here today?
It's holding today. Let's look at it holistically. Prior to this president coming to power, let's look at even though tried doing it and he was not successful. I don't know whether President Salih and the former President Salih tried to do it, but under President WEAH, he was effective in doing it by taking government ministries from private people who are in government, that took government money and built private homes and put government into those buildings to pay loan, to pay rent to them, or pay lease money to them. He took those the government entity from those private so-called government worker homes and gave it back to government, build government institute of ministry and put government into the ministry so that the money that's supposed to come to Liberian people to help them build roads, to put our kids to school and make them pay, and now make them not to pay school fees, to pay the wire fees, pay the study class fees, and bring current in the country, put lights in rural areas and in slum communities. He took that money that they were paying to private citizens, government ministries. He took that money and built government ministries and agency and put government there. So today, Liberia, the government of Liberia is saving millions of dollars in government.
So you are suggesting, before I go to Malice now, you are suggesting that the statement where the president said to narrow the gap between the rich and the poor in Liberia, one way is to make sure the natural resources does not end up in the pocket of government official, and you said that is exactly what the president is doing. Is that what you're suggesting?
Exactly. So,
okay.
So if you look out today, see what's happening in Nima County. See the massive road construction that is going on in Nima County, approaching the Grand Jiba corridor, and finally they will hit the African border through Maryland or whatever. You see the massive development of roads that are going through Home County to Lofa County. You see the massive development of roads that even in Peter Road, capital, and even in the counties. So these are things that we apply to our people. Let me be honest here. When they're talking about taking our resources, not putting it in government people pocket and giving it to the people, they will not take $10. If we make $10 from our iron ore and say, okay, Mr. Two, 1 cent for you, 1 cent for water. No. When the president build road that pass through toll time, you benefit from it.
Okay.
Build road that pass in front of my house.
All right. Okay. Thank
for free to educate our people.
Thank you.
When I'm making the argument, you try to take me.
No, but we got time. Because we got time. They're not. Yeah. Wait for Mr. So. They're not so sure yet. That this is a liberal show. So wait. We'll come to you. Mr. George, I'll be putting the number of your very shortly. Mr. Malik, go ahead. What do you make of that statement?
Yes, before I jump the gun, I want to ask Kefa one question. Where did the millions, the missing million, did they end in the church? Or did they end in America? Or did they end in someone
you just
else's
make a
pocket?
statement? You can make a statement without question. No. Hold on, Carter. I'm running. The liberals running this thing. Mr. Malik, you know better than that. You can't answer your question without.
Okay, we'll come back to
all of those things.
We'll come back to the missing million.
Okay.
sitting somewhere.
Okay, go ahead.
But what
No,
I want to say
you
here
can
is
make
that
that part of your statement, but I just want to not to have a
no,
direct.
I know you're trying to protect Qatar. That's a good idea.
Please, go ahead, Doc, go ahead.
So what I want to say here is that I don't have the evidence or the facts, but court of public opinion suggests that a lot of money is ending up in the pockets of politicians, in the CDC politician. Court of public opinion support that assertion.
Are you with us? Miles, are you there? Okay. Miles is frozen. Okay. You're killing me. All right. Okay. Let me bring Miles. I think folks, Miles is frozen. Okay, Miles is back.
But is it Qatar that playing this game or what?
Qatar say you're talking Tabata. That's what. Even the TV said refuse to let you talk Tabata.
Yeah. So what we're seeing here now, even as of now, most people in Liberia, I want to believe, make a lot of conclusion based on court of public opinion. Most people, I want to believe, in Liberia. All right. I don't have no fact. I don't have no evidence. Court of law. How many people line up their pocket with money in Liberia? I don't have that fact or evidence to speak to. But the court of public opinion surely support that fact that is happening. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, let me play the last one, then I'll open the line. Let me play the unity stuff here, then I'll play it. I'll open the line.
He's going to accuse you again.
No. Carter and his people then. But Mr. George will open the line. We will open the line, and then you'll be the first. Let me do this. He's a panel. Okay, hold on, George. Hold on, Mr. George. Hold on. Oh, gee, see, this is what I. Carter, call me back, please. Okay. Let me. While Carter is calling me back, let me play this Unity Party stuff here.
That should be running after criminals that are breaking drugs in the country and destroying our children. They now have vehicles, and the government got over 200 vehicles for campaign. They mean they prefer campaign than the people they want to govern. And so these are clear messages that our people are feeling it. Look, this election are two groups of people arguing. One person say your life is better. Though the guy are not eating since the guy is unable to pay his children's school fees. Things are difficult.
Just hold on.
Some people working, they don't even know how much they are making. And somebody is telling them your life is better. We are saying your life is not better. And if you are explaining to us that your life is not better. So the records are clear. We don't have the resources like them. But the people are coming out. The people are ready. What happened for President WEAH in 2017 is in the reverse. It's happening for Ambassador Boubacar now. People are printing their own T-shirts. We don't have T-shirts to give. People are doing their own stuff. This is what they did for him, and he didn't appreciate at the time. He thought it was just something that the Liberian people, they know what they want. They know what they wanted. Unfortunately, he didn't live up to that expectation. So this time, they're thinking about what I would do, and we are prepared to take on the time.
Questioning our loyalty and our.
No. Okay, Miles, go ahead. I know you listen to the Unity Party VP talking about how Ambassador Boubacar, in a sense, has failed the Liberian people. They gave him the opportunity, and he did not carry out the mandate of the people. And now he also believed that the people of Liberia are now gravitating towards Ambassador Boubacar like they did with President WEAH during the 2017 election. What do you make of that statement coming from Unity Party and admitting that yes, indeed, President WEAH did win the election and won it effectively and won it heavily? What do you make of that?
Yeah, but I'm even disappointed in the first place. The two groups, the CDC hierarchy and the Unity Party hierarchy, they are exploiting the very poor people.
They are what?
You're telling me they are exploiting the poor people in this party. While United Party is telling me that the people even using their own resources and to print their own t-shirt, that is a clear message that this is exploitation. The party should be financially grounded to facilitate its campaign and provide effective campaign material to its membership. Those people that are printing those t-shirts, do you know that those people are counted among the poor, the impoverished people in that country? And they're using their lives, and you're taking pleasure to announce this? That's a disappointment to me. A real disappointment.
Mali, I can't hold myself. I can't hold myself. You going
right,
through,
and the second
you taking
phase,
it. There's question that I ask you, Mali. All you have to do was just start to take a little knife and you're taking cleaver into this thing here. They're going through. You're making me, yeah, as a host, I'm supposed to be impartial, but you're cutting into me right now. You're cutting. Well, yeah, man, Mali, you putting too much book into this thing here tonight. We're just here to discuss little something, but okay, go ahead, make a statement, but you're hurting me. Go ahead.
Yeah. And the other aspect is like he tried to run campaign, he making analysis. I don't think independent voters are interested in UP analysis right now. They are interested what impact you're going to have on the people as compared to the impact they are having right now. He talked about the drugs issue. He didn't tell me exactly what they're going to do.
There's another video. There's another video that he addressed that particular.
Yeah, you said no. We are focusing on the video. The video is case.
All right.
Okay.
Case in point. Well taken. Go ahead.
Yes. Okay.
Wow,
so I'm also disappointed there. You see, so when the people coming on the platform, there are a lot of independent voters like us down there. Do something that will allow us to curve your direction. But I'm even disappointed with a little clip I just saw. First of all, the people exploiting the people.
Let me go because you just threw that soft one to Walter Carter. Let me go directly to him so he can expand on that and try to rub it in my face here tonight. Hopefully you will say, and I'll put my phone in my own mouth again tonight, but we're here. Go ahead, Walter Carter, go ahead on that one here. I think I don't know why I even decided to play the video if I knew Mali was going to come up with a kind of intellectual analysis here tonight. But go ahead, Walter Carter, are you there?
The unfortunate, unfortunate thing, Mr. Mali or his line was kind of a falsy.
Oh, okay. So okay, that's good. That's good. Go ahead, make a statement.
But So, but this thing, right? Listening to Kuhn, it's like listening to Henry Costa is like listening to Eugene Fagon at this time. So I do not pay any mind, no relevance, because to me, what you gotta to be a man is to have a foundation, to stand on something, to believe in something, and hold to that.
Okay.
And if you cannot hold to what you believe in, you flip flop, I don't consider you a man. That way, I don't want to go that route with them because I didn't really get the statement from either.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I like your general. I like your statement. Your general statement. That's good. Terry, go ahead and give me some daylight so I can bring in the phone.
Yeah, actually, the statement by the VSB2 Rescue 2 was clear and to the point.
I think so too.
Yeah, and I know that Mr. Mali would want to twist it, but it's just clear. First of all, you got to understand that not everybody carry membership. I mean, not everybody carry membership to the party, and you must understand there are a lot of different parties have joined, and the numbers have overwhelmed. So obviously, the political institution will not be able to print T-shirts for everybody. So that's why he's saying there are people that are printing their own T-shirts. All right, They are not saying that we don't have t-shirts available. They have t-shirts, but the t-shirt will not be able to cover the amount of number that they have prospected that may come to the program. So people are going to be voluntarily printing their own t-shirt.
Good point.
So obviously you got to get that. And also to Mr. Kettle, something he said that reminded me that President WEAH went to all the places you said that President WEAH went were places where seditionists and WEAHians live. But you remember President WEAH told you he go to seditionists, he only here for sedition and WEAHians. I'm talking about Kakata, where he was in Mangibi. He was speaking to the people from Mangibi. When last he went there? That is why we're trying to get at. When last he went there? So obviously the people saw him as somebody strange. The people only know Magay. They don't know President WEAH. So we got to look at all those kind of things. But to conclude, I think that the VSB did very well in that a brief interview with the journalist.
Thank you. Let me play this guy here, this young man. I've always, whenever that I have the opportunity, I've always come out and say something about him. He's a scrap metal collector and sells them, but he collects them from the wood. He's collect them from bad places, and so he look real filthy. But listen to him. Let's listen to him here, please.
One man is not competent to solve that brewing problem. You may cause that president for this country, who will stay moments until God will destroy the country. But every good thing comes slowly, brother. If you man is stomach, the belly, you regret. So we are doing 100% well. But people want for everything to be full, la. But Joe, we are doing well. All the company that they want for Joe, we are the way and carry the company to go and work. People say you like Joe, but you still doing all kind of business. How you feel doing the business? It can give me fast money. It can give me fast money that will not stop me for looking for iron. And I know George WEAH will still fulfill his promise. He will not mad those corrupt officials that behind him. But George WEAH is a leader, he's competent. I expected George WEAH during his second term. I can see most of them is like getting record. Yes, I believe most of them will be sacked. So when getting record, it will be all right for those that lack into criminality ways.
Okay, Mali, I will throw that one right to you, and see what do you make of it? What do you make of that young man's statement?
I think
Mr. George will be coming to you here. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think he got two pieces of excellent landscape analysis in there. I agree with him on ground that one person cannot develop the country, and that is a fact. Every president will come and add all. But I also disagree with him because it's like he's a diehard and he's not using another lens to see some of the downside of George WEAH. So he strongly believes that George WEAH deserves a second term. Okay. The last question, there where the tricky part come in. You say you support George WEAH, but his appearance reflects the poverty Liberia is going through. It does not reflect the ascendancy or the good life George WEAH is living. It does not. But it's like he really don't care for that. Mm-hmm. Yes. It's like it's not a priority to him. He see it as a way of living. He used a keyword. It gave me fast money. I agree with him. So he's not concerned whether it's a bad reflection of George WEAH.
But no. what's about the point he made that the corrupt officials that surrounding President WEAH, most likely if President WEAH were to be successful, that these people will not be able to come back along with him. What do you make of that statement?
Yeah, that statement is I don't
the guy
know.
to scratch your head.
Yes. That statement, actually, I can't pass judgment on that statement.
Okay.
There are possibilities. But as we were saying last night on this show, the African president, they have a way of building, maintaining, and barricading a hegemony. All right? But in their second term, they want to dance with different people, but it can be dangerous for them. Yes. So a possible Joe might keep some, and a possible some might go, all because of public outcry, not because he want them go.
All right. Okay, folks, the number is out there, 916-533-2048. Give us a call. Okay, let me go on to Mr. George, who's just joining us by phone. Mr. George, good evening. Are you there?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Thank you for joining. I'm sorry I wasn't able to merge you earlier. We have World Talk Culture with us, and so it was just their sedition. They have a way of blocking ANC people from joining them on any phone. So that was the reason. But anyway, go ahead, Mr. George. Good evening. What you care to make comment on any of the video we've been playing? Anything we've been talking about? All my tabata.
Yeah, I'll be here and then Terry or Mara, how you doing?
Okay, hold on.
How you
1
doing,
minute.
George?
George, let me merge this other color here.
Brother, man, you know, man, I think you're off the line.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me say, how you doing? Let me say, the last video just said, the statement that one part of the statement is true. No leader one can do everything. All right. But where my disagreement come to say the people around him. And that's the same excuse he gave for George WEAH Samson to the people around him.
But what I want got to do with me now?
No, because you always said it. You said the people around the president.
Okay, all right.
But who brought the people around him? Who brought the people around him?
Okay.
He has the power to dismiss them. And if he sees that someone is not doing the right thing and he cannot dismiss that person, why should I hold that person responsible when I don't have the power to ask him to dismiss them? That's number two. He said George WEAH is doing 100%. But if George WEAH is doing 100%, what is the condition of you today? What's change? 5 years now, you still doing the same thing over and over. If the man is doing 100%, you don't think your life will have changed by now? You might be doing that thing, but maybe you might have a place that is shut. But you don't have it. But these are people you can see they are fanatic. So they don't see anything wrong with the president or people that they love. They will support them 100%. So it is that young man view is entitled to it.
Okay.
If he said the country is 100%, don't look at the word the president used that he from the ghetto. Yes, I will give it to him from there. That's true. That go to Mr. Kede. That's true. He's from the ghetto. Kede said that the president had built modern park. Yes, that's true. He has built modern park. I gave it to him. But Kede, my question to you: would that park be useful to the community, to those people, the ghetto, the small community, when they are not educated, when they don't have no skills, when they are being fed by drugs? What benefit would that park do to them? And if it is the president as he elected is from the ghetto, what has he done to change the life of those children in the ghetto, the slogan that he came from? What has he done for the past 6 years? Today, record shows statistics. There are all 1,000 ghettos in Liberia. I'm not saying they all think they don't honor George WEAH. Let me be clear. No. But what has he done to curtail the influx of drugs in the country? There have been 4 or 5 different major drug boxes in the country under President George WEAH. What is the government doing to curtail the influx of drugs in the country? And what is the program that they have initiated? The last time I remember they said they had a launching that I don't know how many million, 13 million, how many million they were going to raise for locals. Where is that program today? We don't know what happened. The rally they have, we don't know what happened to the money. Get them to be and explain to us.
Sure.
The president, because the position that he found himself in, he now falling back that he's from the ghetto. But you are not doing anything doing the minister. These people did in the ghetto. He's a president for the past 6 years. How many times Kepe say, oh, the president has been visiting from the day? He went to open our page. But beside that, how many times he are going back to that to New Kuta?
Okay.
How many times he are going back to West Point?
All right. Okay.
Well, campaign that carry him there.
Okay.
So let me just close on the one.
Yeah, please.
The best statement I want to I disagree with Mr. Mali. Mr. Mali, you live in Ghana. The statement of Ben Safi made, you say we should not compare, contrast. The size, the population of Ghana is far younger than like Greece, about I think maybe 32 million or 33. That's a huge population. But don't look at the infrastructure of Ghana. The road from Accra to Togo is paved. The road from Accra to the Afghan border is paved. The road from Accra to the North Bukatanga is paved. Every major town in Ghana instead has electricity. Western Union in Ghana. The hospitals. This is the last time I checked, they got about 4 regional hospitals in Ghana. You went to Legon. Would you compare today the Legon with that of the University of Liberia?
Okay.
No.
All right.
So those are just few things I wanted to put up there to our guests, to our people listening. So when Benson said Nigeria is this, it is true. Look at the airport, Kotoka Airport.
All right.
If you go in that airport, nobody will grab your bag. The security are professional. We saw talking from there just recently. He said,
don't hold that man witness. Don't hold him witness.
No, go to Rafi. You either come in and grab your bag, people holding your shirt. No tag, no identity.
All right. Okay. All right, Mr. Judge, don't go. You'll be one of the please stay by so you can give your closing as well. Let me go on to the caller. After we only have one caller here, which is good for me tonight. And then after that, we will go on to all 4 of you to give us your closing. And the caller number is the caller. Hello, are you there? Okay, caller.
Hello, Mr. Slow.
Yeah, B-E-R-H.
Okay, thank you.
That's the Dodi. But don't come bring trouble here. Don't bring trouble here tonight.
No, I'm not bringing.
I want to see these shadows start on me.
I'm not bringing trouble. No, I'm not bringing trouble. It is too pathetic that my father, I will call him my father, he talked about financial exploitation. Let me little bit say it this way. For me, I work in the human services, and they will give you a whole video to watch for you to understand what financial exploitation is in that video. Oh man, because of the love the Liberian people have for Honorable Bwaka, don't take the Unity Party away. That's the reason why people are taking $250 to print their own T-shirt and to buy their own face cap. When we're talking about financial exploitation, CDC and the president government, they are exploiting the Liberian people, that what we should call country exploitation.
You're coming now with a BB word. I beg you.
No. They're the one using our money. They're the one stealing our money. I never wanted to call today, Mr. Toe. I never wanted to call, but the old man touched my heart. All of us in this country, we came here. If this is financial exploitation, then the government has made our people to exploit us. We've been in this country, if at all we don't build one Congo shop back home, they will say the time he spent in America, what did he do? Not knowing that we send the money to them. Even people in the villages that are supposed to make farm, they will not make farm no more. They will be calling us here. So the government have put our people to be a burden to us that yet are paying bills. But Mr. So, all of those video footages you played today, I love it. But let me end there by what Jeremiah Kun said. Only if you have love for your people, or if you have love, it is in reverse. That they're doing the same thing they did yesterday to CDC. You see how good it is when you become a good leader? But, you know, people saying they're blaming Joshua. My children, my boys' children and I fought over Joshua. But Joshua made us shame because he kept Samuel to us so long around him. Samuel to us lied to him. All of them, but who you strong. They did the same thing to do. Mr. President, stay here. Mr. President, stay here. Nothing will happen. Harry Monoba ran away. Emmanuel Buya, when Rebel was right there in Coconut Factory, he said we'll push them beyond Banga. These are the people who spawn up. Look, Joshua came with good heart. If there was good people that Samson told, as I said always, let other people, Google people, you are going to listen to them. Who talking about re-election today? Nobody will even stay and say, you're not talking about re-election in Liberia.
All right.
President Weah will win flat. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This is a law of financial exploitation that people are doing on behalf of Joseph Boakai. Nobody is exploiting it. United Party is not exploiting it.
Thank you.
The people are doing what they're supposed to do for the Liberian people.
Thank you
very much for having me, Mr. Lou.
Thank you. Guys, let me take this one caller. And then I will bring you guys in to wrap it up for us. Let me take this one caller. Hold on 1 minute, guys. Caller, let me merge you, and then you can make a statement. Go ahead, number 9. What's on your mind?
How you doing, Mr. Toe?
Oh, thank you. Thank you for calling. Appreciate it. What's on your mind?
Yeah, I got on real late, so I ain't watched most of the video besides the lines video. But I just wanted to comment to this last caller. I don't know, you know, what his name is and stuff like that. But anyways, straight to the point.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what he's talking about when Mr. Mali said financial exploitation, stuff like that. I don't know what he's talking about. Mr. Mali is wrong and things like that. So remittances going to Liberia, then going to Liberia before some of us came to America. Okay? And I've been here for 23 years. Remittances then going to Liberia when they claimed that the country was okay. Okay? So remittances going to Liberia is not just today. But you see, the United Party people, every time they come to do stuff, when people try to criticize it, they got a whole lot of different excuses to bring.
Okay.
A whole lot of different excuses. I mean, for me, I'm not even going to bother myself to respond to them again. We just wait for or 2 or 10, and then we will see who the Liberian people want. That's what I got to say. Thank you.
Will you accept the result?
Oh, absolutely.
If the result go against, if the result go against your candidate, will you accept the result?
Absolutely. Will they accept the result if the result go against them?
I don't know. I'm asking you. I'm not asking them. I just want your answer.
I answer you twice. I say,
oh my God.
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Aaron, you made my night. You made my night.
Look at that
will they accept the result? I'm asking you.
Aaron, you made my night. I want you to put that question to the liberal himself.
That's why I'm asking
You see
him.
that
Will
one
they
thing, when
accept
two of
the
you, when
result?
two of you, when two of you get together, it's very easy for you to put your phone in your mouth. You see this shit. You're coming again tonight. You're coming again. You always ask me. I'm not Unity Party member. Then you say asking me. But anyway, thank you for that.
I didn't know that. I never knew you was a Unity Party supporter.
No, I am an admirer of Ambassador Baka, but I'm not a member of the Unity Party. That's a two different things.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
thank you guys. Thank you very much. Okay, now let's go in, guys. Let's try to wrap it up now. Let's start with Cutter. Cutter, go ahead. We'll do the phone, then we'll do the guys that are on the set with me. Let's go with Cutter, and then we'll go to Mr. Josh. Go ahead, guys. Make it brief. We're running out of time.
I will start with where Aaron stopped, because Aaron asked a very good question. He asked, and it's very important. I mean, we laugh about it, but it's very important for our survivability of that country. The election is consequential. The election is a very important one. The question you ask is to all Liberians. Election does not go your way. Will you concede? Will you accept? That question should be posed to all Liberians. Unfortunately, the people who feel they are entitled vote store up in a vote. It takes 400,000 vote off to cast for them, plus the additional vote according to them that they got hanging around somewhere to make them win the election. They are saying if they do not win, it means that the ruling party cheated. There will be problem in our country. These are the people we should be asking that question to. If the election does not go President WEAH way, President WEAH is a man of peace. And call whoever won the election and say congratulations, I can see. But can the other party do the same? War drum so early.
Okay.
Election and start pushing war drum. I come in. And these are important things that we should be discussing. Yeah, it's on the rain, the sun, going to the mud, meeting his people, making a case for them. They're saying he's desperate, he's getting hard time. They are not even campaigning. But when he win the election, then they will say he cheated, and that's unfortunate. So let's go back to the conversation.
Cutter, let me assure you here, as a liberal and somebody who admires Ambassador Baka, I've always stated that in order to defeat CDC, they must do it more than 10%. At the same time, I always I'm on record here by saying I do not see in President WEAH Bones or in any of his appearance or even his character to be someone who will foment violence or anything else. So I believe that if he's defeated, he will accept the result. Now the question you're posting here is a very interesting and very sound question. Will the other side accept defeat? And that's something that many of us here that support Ambassador Baka will not sit back here when we know the election is fair and free and fair and transparent. Will not sit here and let them come up with all kinds. We will be making noise, and you will see the liberal other side of the liberal. So I can assure you, if Ambassador Baka is defeated fairly, squarely, you guys gonna continue. And I've already made a promise that I will take my engineering ability to go and assist President. We have to build the road as an engineer, road builder. I will do it. So rest assured that. But go ahead, make it so I can bring Mr. Josh in.
So before I close, we talk about ghettos. I heard Josh talking about ghettos, and there's about 1,000 ghettos in Liberia. Why President WEAH didn't do this to say keep for the ghetto? That's not the ghetto President we were talking about. And I made he was talking about low income or below in Liberia. Live in West Point, Yuku Town, those slum communities, those are people you're talking about. The ghetto that you and I referring to that causing problem in our society today, they are man-made. And we start experiencing it.
But what ghetto, Cutter, what's ghetto that is not man-made?
I come in. I'm talking about the ones that people go to smoke weed, to smoke crack cocaine. Those are man-made things. And some of the things people poverty is not something that just was around 200 years ago or 100 years. Poverty always been around. The Bible's talking about poverty. The Bible talking about poor in spirit. So poverty been around since the time of creation. So it's not something that we can just take and say, President, we have brought poverty to Liberian people. I'm talking about people who live beyond the poverty belt. People who President we are identified because he was once there. He went and picked butter from the swamp, from the garbage to sell. He walked barefooted sometimes. He played football with all shoes on his foot. He used to sleep on the ground. That poverty-stricken life there. Now he's saying to his people, I was there before. Do not allow these things to define you. Meaning, get up. You can make the move. You can be persistent, strong, determined. That I will not stay like this and die. That's what he was telling the people. And he there to help them. That's why he constructing
Okay.
a multinational, multi-millionaire parks in slum area, so that the same ability he had or gift he had, so he can enhance their own talent. They will go to those pitches. They need to play on gravel, and grass bodies to poke on the foot. Now they will play on turf, at a piece of turf, where they can enhance their talent to be able to go Europe or somewhere else to play big games.
All right.
And that's what he's doing.
Thank you, Carter. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. Thank you for staying with us all night. We appreciate it. But stay tight now. Let's go to Mr. Judge. Mr. Judge, try to make it brief so the two other gentlemen can wrap it up for us.
Let me just say to my brother, Kebe, you know, you try to circumvent these words, it will not help you. Forget to get like that's one communities. But what when it comes to education in those communities?
Mr. Judge, hold on 1 minute. Let me observation, folks. If Mr. Judge, Imam Judge are calling Central Right. If Mr. Kumi appoint him as police director in Monreal, he will be my butt. The man left out business. He will be my butt. Go ahead, Mr. Judge.
Well, I'm not qualified to become police director. But let me say this. That whatever you're talking, it's too late. all went through it. Some all went through it. We walk barefoot in Morovia. We know it. But if you are obliged to leave that community, what do you do to have an impact on that community? That's what we're talking about. I told you I gave you that company to a multi-millionaire, I gave it to you. But let's look at the educational system. What has it done in those communities that will change your children's life tomorrow? They can say, yeah, I got something that I can count on, not just the football field. The football field is just a recreation. But what is he doing or has done in the community for the past 5 years that this child can say, you know what I mean? I went to the technical school today, I can work with my hand. Those are the things we're talking about. So that can't talk about there. But let me say this. These two groups have exploited the Liberian people. The Unity Party, 12 years, Joseph Boakan cannot tell the blueprint that he laid off at the Ministry of Youth and Sports to improve the life of the children calling Zoko that have modified on George WEAH. What is that blueprint? The agriculture. He was the West African Examination Restaurant used to happen or why was. He was on that board. He was there, I think, other sector or something. What the blueprint he took from there to bring to his country? Say, look, you know what I mean? In the late 70s, 80s, this is what we were working on. Now, incorporated to the Ministry of Agriculture, he has several responsibility. Zero. Today now, they turn around and say, oh, George, we are doing the same thing. But they did the same thing. Today, they're coming back now, oh, the printing t-shirt for your George, they did it for George WEAH. And that's the reason. Because when we say exploitation, those people that printed a t-shirt with a hope and aspiration that when George WEAH become president, their life will change. They did not change. That exploiting the people because you told the people you were going to do something. And because of that, they were going extra mile to do something for you to succeed. You succeeded. You turn your back on them. That's exploitation. You exploited them. And just the same thing now, Jeremiah Kuhn is coming out to say, oh, it turned around now today, they are putting their own teacher. Yes. But we know the story of the Unity Party. They will exploit these people again. And Jeremiah Kuhn, let me leave it with the Unity Party people. I want you to come and explain the Gantan Hospital. The money that when you're on the budget committee, the Ways and Means committee that cut from that hospital, and your private hospital you had at the time went to millionaire post. Come and explain to us.
Okay.
How that money went there from the budget of the health department to you.
All
and
right.
the ambulance that you sold to the government.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Let's go to Terry, and then Molly's gonna wrap it for us. Terry, go ahead. Make it brief.
Yeah,
Well.
thank you very much. You know, I feel very sad for my country, and every time I look at Liberia under President WEAH, I already feel very bad. That's the reason why I don't normally get involved with politics. I'm not a politician. I'm a religious guy, but I have to for now because of the state my country is in. But one of the things that I felt very regrettable last night when Pat George said that if President WEAH, he's not going to vote for President WEAH, and neither will he vote for Ambassador Boycott, because either of them will not be good for Liberia. And we all know very well that we are fighting for President WEAH to move, because we believe that President WEAH does not know the job. Not that he's not a good man, he's decent, but he don't know the job, because he keeping people on the job. Like I listened to Mr. Ketter saying President WEAH bill took the government office. It was Ellen Johnson Sirleaf who built the ministerial complex, where in most of the ministries have now moved in there. President WEAH only opened the doors. So what you know, there are so many things. One thing I discovered about the seditions is that the seditions are different from the WEAHians. One thing I discovered about the WEAHians is that they can take President WEAH's statement and change it around to suit what they think in the mind that President WEAH is. That is what they can do. And I see it with Keto. President WEAH said he's from the ghetto. Keto said no. President WEAH didn't really mean this. He meant that he's from so and so place, because he want to give himself an impression of who President WEAH is, even though he's hearing President WEAH saying this. It also happened with Aaron. Aaron said President WEAH didn't mean that he disarmed Joseph Boyka, even though he called Joseph Boyka's name. So they always switch it around. And President WEAH himself has said that he's a Gbana. It's on video. One time they were in some kind of discussion and somebody was disturbing. President WEAH said the person should shut up, and the person should know that he's a Gbana too. What does that mean? Who is a Gbana man? Gbana man is a man from the ghetto. So, you know, there are several instances, and that is what WEAH does. They change the perception of the message to suit the impression about the leader. All right. Lastly, to the video that we just saw about that boy, what I got from that video was this boy identified President WEAH error in the video, but because he loved President WEAH so much, he's still advocating for President WEAH to get another term. But he is saying that all the criminals then, the people that are around President WEAH, they are criminals, meaning he is aware of the criminality that is going on in the government. But he believes in his mind, because he loved President WEAH, that President WEAH is not involved. And that is where I would say no, my friend, because President WEAH have the power to fire these people. But once he keeps them on the job, it means that he is aware and he is also involved in it. So all I want to say is that Liberia is going to move forward. If any opposition that we meet in the race, if it's Mr. Cummings, I will tell my people to vote for him. I'm not going to be there for George who say no. Once it is Boyka, don't vote for him, because I know that if Honorable Boyka become president tomorrow, he will do good. And I don't really want him to do good. That is the perception I get. I don't want him to do good because I want it to come from me. If it's not Mr. Cummings, then it shouldn't be anybody. For me, I say no. Any opposition, if it is Dr. Moniba, if it is Mr. Cummings, if it's Terwon Gonglo, anyone that sees that end up in the second phase, I will encourage my people to vote for the opposition leader. And that is my position.
So let me ask you then, as member of Ambassador Boyka, Amara, whatever you want to call it, will you encourage Ambassador Boyka if President WEAH wins? Will you encourage Ambassador Boyka to concede?
Definitely. We must understand that the international community have advocated for NEC to give them the opportunity to observe the votes. If that is employed, definitely we will concede to anybody who wins.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Malice, good evening. We're still here. You want to wrap it up for us so we can close?
Yeah, I heard Keto talking about the president is building these modern
Is
sports
that,
center.
do you consider it to be tabata or no?
No. I agree with him 100%.
Okay. Okay.
But here is the short-sighted of the government. How can you build a modern sports center in the middle or in the midst of impoverished people? How do they even first of all appreciate the modernization of that sport complex? There are two effects coming in. In the night, they will turn it to toilet. In the night, they're going to turn our place into a toilet.
Kata, you're done. Go ahead, Mali. Go ahead.
Yeah. In the night, those very poor people, they don't know where modernization. They're going to use that place as a toilet in the night. And in the same night, they will be breaking those things down to go and sell it because they are poor. So what you do first, you educate the people. You improve their mind to understand what is development, what is modernization. Then they will develop critical mind. Then when you get them the gift, they will protect it. So this is one shortcoming of WEAH. It should have a library in there for the people to be reading and learn how to read and write inside there. Then when they get to a certain level, then you can bring a sport complex, then they will appreciate it. And the next thing now is this, Mr. Samson. How can the people appreciate the role when they are hungry? You can't appreciate anything when you are hungry. You can't be hungry. You can't see the beauty of the quota. No, it's not possible. You will see a song on a bush roll. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, folks. I want to thank all of you. Malice, thank you very much. Terry, thank you very much. Mr. George, thank you very much. Kata, thank you very much. Aaron, thank you. And Odie, thank you guys for participating here tonight. I want to make this announcement that we will be back tomorrow. Mr. So, the fire conservative guy, will be on here tomorrow, and he'll be trying to push me around, but I will resist that. And we'll be here.
You running campaign or what?
Yeah, see, I haven't even called his name yet. He's already started defending Mr. So, who they're going to try to push me around tomorrow with the backing of Mali, and Mr. George is going to back him as well. So I'll be here, be pushing back. So I want to thank all of you.
But anyway, Terry, your political partner is here.
Okay, Mali, thank you. Good night. Terry, good night as well. Thank you very much. Mr. George, thank you. Walter Carter, thank you very much. We appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much. Mr. George, thank you very much. Again, folks, Samson told LeBron Public Radio, a little bit over time here. But we'll be back here again tomorrow with Mr. So. And I will be adjusting my hat. But on a very serious note, I want to thank all of you again tonight. And let's put this here. We're here. I am doing this show to say that President WEAH must not be re-elected. But I also want people to understand that it is not because of hate. I am just in this process of trying to deny President WEAH the second term strictly based on policy, and think that they told us they were going to do. They're not doing it. To improve the lives of many Liberians, they're not doing so. Building roads, yeah, but these are roads that I consider to be political roads. They are not of significance. As far as no road in total. Then how significant is that? When I leave from there, I can't go to Liberia rainy season because I will not be able to reach to Total. That's what Montreal. I'm in town. I grew in Montreal when I was growing up, but Montreal, I didn't play. I want to go stay right now. And I'm growing up, man. What am I going to do in Montreal to do what? I want to go to Total. But when it's rainy, I can't go to Total. I can't go to the southeast. So then how significant are those roads that President WEAH has constructed in and around the Moserado County and Monrovia, to be specific? Those are things. And even as that, many of you that live in Monrovia, look at the places you got. But then I'm not blaming President WEAH for that, because many of the rich people, their houses the roads that go to the houses. They're waiting for another person to fix it. Instead of them combining their effort and try to fix this road, they're waiting for the government to fix the road, or they're waiting for someone else to fix the road. And as a result, if you go to Montreal right now, go visit a friend, potholes. But as soon as you pass the pothole, you get to a house, that person's house, you would think, say, you're in England. Beautiful house. The houses are so beautiful, it's unbelievable. They have everything, light, fixtures, everything. They have everything. But the road to their place, you're going to have somebody put you on your bike. And if you're big than me, you're going to have to walk. These are things that are unacceptable. Even if President WEAH is doing the best to say, I'm going to bring development here, we Liberians, we ourselves must try to take the initiative to help the president. You have Congress. You have lawmakers. They think that are not their job. They go and start and want to build roads, and they build the ugly roads, make things worse. They take the dirt that filled up with rocks, they put them down, and they roll them. Of course, when the dirt is fresh, you roll it, it's gonna compact. But when they start raining, the dirt settles, the rock sticks up. So many of those places, after 1 or 2 rainy seasons, the rock's sticking up. So when you drive in your car going like that, because they're hitting the rock, it's not level anymore. That's not their business to do these things. If they're going to do it, they should work through the public work ministry. Hire or get some of the engineers from public work to help them fix these roads if they want to do it. Those are the things that if President WEAH was to win re-election, I would take time off. If I can take 1 year leave of absence, I would do so and help. Unless they don't want my help. But if they need my help, I will be there. Again, folks, Samson, because I think the road business is very important. Very important. The road gave any country the ability to move a citizen from one point to another, which then give them the ability to improve the economy of the country. Because somebody in Montreal got good road to Lofa County, he can go to Lofa County, fitting, selling a heavy thing there, come back to Montreal, buy and go again. But if no road, you can't do those things. And this is what's giving our people a hard time. Come on, people, can you imagine if you have good roads in Liberia? With all of these young Liberians all over in the diaspora, have this experience. Some of them are rich, money, but they can't do business in their villages because no road. Samson to all Liberian public folks. All right, folks. I want to thank all of you again for tuning in to the Liberian Public Radio tonight. We appreciate it. And we will say good night to all of you. And thank you for your contribution. Because that person need to be blacked, and he will be blacked, definitely. There's no more. Let me delete this comment. Because he doesn't deserve to be on an intellectual platform such as this. He does not deserve that. He's not going to make a comment here anymore. He's not going to be on with us anymore. We come out here, agitate each other, but we know how to address each other. He's a new person and doesn't think that Liberian Public Radio platform is a place where intellectual comes to discuss. We don't cause cause here. We don't cause anybody here. This is an intellectual platform. And if he doesn't have the ability to understand that, good night to him. He's not going to come back here again. Thank you very much. I will say good night to all of you.
Sakire ojo tape se ya mo wasibare. Nana mo wasibare. Nuko bubajira yari mo wasibare. Nana mo wasibare. Bolo yi pola go baku mo wasibare. I'm going to just bring your body. I am ready. I'm